ओके मैम स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ। Yeah, hi guys, this is the final session based on your polynomial chapter, right? I had told you at the end of our earlier session, that means yesterday, that we will be having one final session in which we are going to discuss each and every type of question that can be asked on your chapter polynomial, right? So this session will purely be based on your questions or practice questions that can be asked on the concepts that we have learned till now. So I will be covering up each and every concept in the form of questions that we will be having right now. So remember, you have to just do each and every question on your own first, and you can look for my solutions also, but try to attempt each and every question, and with every question just pause the video right there and then do what? Try to do that question on your own. If you get that question correct, then well and good. Match with my solution. If that is well, then great. If you're having any doubt or if you're unable to solve that one, so you have to do what? You have to just note down my solution and you can just carry on with your next one. So this is how you're going to attempt these this type of videos for your sessions. Remember, while we are having our practice sessions, I want you guys to fully indulge in that session. You just have to do each and every question, since I will be discussing questions based on each concept each day while we are studying about a conceptual videos. While we are at a session like these, you have to attempt each and every question. So bring that pen and notebook with you and start with the video. So before we get to the point, always remember, we are going to revise each and everything that we have learned. So for revision, you guys remember what are polynomials, right? You guys remember their degrees. So polynomial is any algebraic expression which has what? Which has any number of terms or any degree, right? So if you have only one term, if that term is constant, then you can say it is what? Constant polynomial, right? So if you have any polynomial which has any constant value, let's say if it has a value 2 or a 3 or a 4, let's say anything like this, 2, 3, 4, 5, the values that you have, those are your constant values. So any polynomial which has only constant values with them, that will be a constant polynomial. If you have only 0, then this will be what? Your 0 polynomial. And you guys remember anything other than this one, if you have something like this, 2x, 3x, 4x, you only have single term here, this will be a monomial. If you had two terms, then that will be binomial. If you had three terms, that will be trinomial. And if you had more than three terms, that would be a polynomial, right? And similarly, if you're talking about degrees, if you had a maximum, if you had, let's say, a 0 polynomial, then its degree was what? Its degree was not defined, because we had considered that case also. 0x5, 0x0, 0x1, you could have taken any power of this x or any degree of this x, your answer will always be 0. So it is not possible to determine what will be the degree there. So you can say its degree was what? It was not defined, right? Now if you were talking about the degree of your constant polynomials like 2, 3, 4, the degree was what? The degree was always 1, right? Then you had your other values like your quadratic polynomials. The quadratic had a degree 2, right? Sorry, here it should be degree 0. When you were talking about a quadratic, your maximum degree was 2. When you were talking about linear, why this is 0? Because 2 into x is 0, right? They did not have any variable with them, so the degree would be what? It would be 0. So yeah, just by mistake wrote it to be 1. It is 0 actually. If you're talking about a linear polynomial, that will be what? That will be something like this, x plus 1. Its maximum degree is 1, right? Something like this. If you are talking about a cubic polynomial, it should be like this, x cube. And some examples of quadratic are these: x square plus 1, 2x square plus 3x plus 1, anything like those which had a maximum power 2. Linear had a maximum degree 1, cubic had a maximum degree 3. And then you were talking about any polynomial, then you had to do what? You had to just look for the maximum power there. Or if you were dealing with more than two variables or more than one variable, in that case you should have looked for the term which was sharing both of the variables there. Then you will be adding their powers. So these were the concepts that we had discussed in our first session. Then we had a session 2 in which we had learned about division of polynomials, right? So you guys remember, division was easy. We had a polynomial p of x which was our dividend. We had to divide this with our g of x. There we could have got a q of x, that would have been our quotient. We would have got an r of x which would have been our remainder. So these were the things that we used to do with our division of polynomials, right? Then we had understood remainder theorem. So remainder theorem was what? remainder theorem was something like this. Put your divisor against 0, get that value of x, that means let's say it is n, replace that value in your dividend, that means your p of n. Whatever the constant value you get here, or whatever the variable in any other variable apart from your x, whatever you get here, that will be your remainder, right? We had got to this point, right? Then after remainder theorem, we had a factor theorem. Factor theorem has stated that if while using a remainder theorem, you somehow got your remainder to be 0, if your remainder ended up being 0, then you could have said that your g of x was a factor of p of x, right? You guys remember those. So we had discussed those. I will be discussing each and everything in the form of questions later on. I just want you guys to remember that. So while we were given our dividend, while we were given our divisors, we used to do what? We used to put our g of x against 0, put it in the put that value of x in p of x, get that remainder. If that was 0, then second was the factor of your first one. If we had been given only our polynomial, that means if we had only been given our dividend and they had asked you to factorize that, then we had various methods. We could use a factor theorem, or we could observe that constant value. With the help of that constant value, we could figure out what could the possible factors be. So you guys remember each and everything that was discussed till our last class, that means yesterday. Then we had went to what? Then we had gone to our point of identities, right? We had gone there. So identities were primarily being used for factorization of your various polynomials, while you were dealing with some polynomials in which they were in the form of these kind of identities, your a plus b's whole square. If it had been a minus b's whole square, then we had a plus b whole cube, then we had a minus b whole cube, then we had a plus b plus c whole square. Similarly, a plus b plus c, or you can say a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc. We had this identity also. So all these identities were discussed in yesterday's class. If you have any doubt, you can just revert back to that video. Now I'm going to do what? I'm going to start with the questions, because I don't want to bore you with the revision portion or your theoretical portion, since this is purely a practical session. So let's just start with the sums. So I have these MCQs with me. I will be having around 20 MCQs. So very first question is what? It is, which of the following is not a polynomial? Now you have to figure out which one will not be a polynomial. Now you guys see, if you look at this, you have what? X square plus square root 2x plus 3. Now you guys see, this has a power which is in whole number, this has a power which is 1. And you guys remember the condition for any polynomial to actually be a polynomial, or you can say any algebraic expression to be a polynomial, its variables needed to have what? Its variable needed to have whole powers, right? Their powers had to be whole. So if you look here, this is 2, this is 1, and this is x raised to by 0. This is true. Now if I just focus on this one, you guys see I have what? X square plus square root 2, and square root is on both 2 and x. Then we have what? Then we have 6. So if you guys just substitute this one, can I write square root 2 x like this? Square root 2 into square root x. So you guys see, this is square root. Your coefficients can be in square roots or can be in incomplete squares. That is totally acceptable. But if you look at this one, your square root x, if you guys just convert this one, can you write it like this? X raised to power 1 by 2. Now you guys see, its power is not a whole number. It is actually a rational number. And you guys remember, a polynomial cannot have a rational power. So that means our correct answer is what? That means the one that cannot be a polynomial, it should be a B option. And if you want to confirm it further, you guys see we have a cube here, we have a square here, and we have x raised to power 0 here. And if you look at this one, you have 1 here and you have x raised to power 0 here. So you guys see, each and every power is in whole, but actually in your B option you have a square root x. Now we have to write the degree of this polynomial. Now degree is what? Degree is the maximum power. So you guys should easily be solving this one. So what will that be? You guys see the maximum power I can see is what? It is 4. Don't get confused here. You can just rewrite this one. It can be written like this also. Minus x4 plus 3x cube plus 5x plus 3. So you guys see the maximum power is 4. It does not matter whether the negative sign is there or not. You just always have to observe your powers. I can see 4 is positive, so its degree should be what? 4. So both of B are there. Then I have to write the 0 of this polynomial. I have to find out the 0 of this polynomial, which will be quite easy. You guys remember, in order to find out the zeros, you have to do what? Or you can do what? You can just put each and every value here. You guys see, a cannot be 0 in this case. So put this one, a square x against 0. So x will be what? 0 over a square. Or you can say it will be what? 0. Since a is not equal to 0 and anything and 0 divided with anything, it will always be giving you a 0. So you guys see, it will be what? It will be x equals to 0. So you can easily observe this one. A equals to 0 cannot happen because it has been clearly stated that A cannot be 0. Now I am left with the three options here, which are A, B and C. Now you guys see, I have to find out zeros. I just have to put this again 0. Only then I can find out zeros. So my 0 will be what? It will be 0 itself. Now let's focus on this one, our fourth one. Which of the following is a term of a polynomial? Which of the following is a term of polynomial? So you guys see, we have to find out which one will be polynomial. You guys see, its power is in square root. It cannot be the case. Again, it is a rational number, cannot be the case. Its power should be negative because 3 over x can be written like this, 3 into x raised to power minus 1, or you can say 3x inverse. So this will again be not possible. So only answer will be what? 2x, or you can just easily look at this one. X only has the whole power in all four options. So that will be the point here, right? Now let's move on. We have what? We have this one. If p of x is equal to this one, then p of 1 will be what? Quite easy. You just have to do what? Put p of 1 here. You can easily calculate this one. So that will be what? Let's see. In place of x, we just have to replace with 1. So 5 into 1 square minus 3 into 1 plus 7. So 5 into 1, 5, 3 into 1, 3, and that will be negative plus 7. Add these two, that will be 12. 12 minus 3, that will be what? A 9. So your answer should be what? 9, right? Now in our last part, we have to do what? We have to factorize this equation. X cube plus 1, we have to factorize that one. Now here you guys should be remembering your identity. So you guys remember the value of a cube plus b cube. You guys should be remembering that a cube plus b cube, that was what? That was a plus b into a square b square minus a b. Or was minus here and positive here? Let me know. Yeah, if we have positive sign here, so it should be positive here, and this will be negative. If we had negative sign here, so this should be negative and that should be positive. That is the whole point here. So x cube plus 1. Can I write it like this? Cube of 1. So this should be what? X plus 1 into x square plus 1 minus x into 1. So you can see that will be x. So you guys see, only answer that I can see which should be the case, it will be this one, because I can write it like this: x square minus x plus 1 into x plus 1, right? So that will be the answer in this case. I hope you don't have any doubt here, right? Now let's just move forward with this and see our seventh question. We have this one. If x plus y plus 2 is equal to 0, I have to find its value. Now you guys remember, if I just take you back to the identity there, see, we had this identity a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc, that was equal to what? And a plus b plus c into a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca, right? That is the identity right there. Now I have been given that x plus y plus 2 is 0. That means this value is 0. Firstly, let's just come here. I have x cube plus y cube plus 8. Can I write it like this? X whole cube, y whole cube, and 8 to be like this, 2 whole cube, right? And you have been given that x plus y plus z, it is x plus y plus 2, actually it is what? It is 0. And you guys remember here, if a plus b plus c was 0, then you had what? Your a cube plus b cube plus c cube, that was what? That was just 3abc. Since if this will be 0, this entire answer will be 0. This is negative 3abc. On the other side, that will be positive. So you guys see, the cube of a, b and c added together will be giving you just 3abc. Now you guys see, you have been given that this being your a, this being your b, and this being your c. That means x plus y plus 2, if that is 0, that means a plus b plus c is 0. So their cube will be what? It will be equal to 3abc, or you can say 3 into a being your x. Let me just write it there. Let me just erase this one, since I think that will be behind my photograph right here. Let me just write it here. So that should be what? 3 into x, y, and z is what? Or you can say c is what? It is 2. So your answer should be what? 3 into 2, 6, y. So your final answer will be what? It will be 6, y. I hope you guys understand this and you are not consuming this much time. See, I am explaining it to you. So I am taking a lot of time here, but while you have looked at this sum, while you have had a look at this one, then you guys would have assumed we have to use that identity, and by now you could have just completed this whole exercise also if you're attempting this one on your own, because majority of the questions are based on your earlier portion, your identity portion, right? You can easily solve them. Now I'm going to do what? I'm going to erase this one till you read the 8th question right here, which is if x equals to 2 is a 0 of polynomial 2x square plus 3x minus b. You have been given that you have a polynomial. Let's say for the sake of argument, I have a polynomial f of x, which is what? 2x square plus 3x minus p, and I've been given that x equals to 2 is a 0. What it means, x equals to 2, or you can say x minus 2 is a factor also. So don't get confused while you are going in your 10th class also. There will be one more term for these cases. They can be called, they can call this x equals to 2 as your 0, or there would have been mentioned to be it like factors, but they would be calling it with one another name, that will be roots also. So don't worry, each and everything means the same, that it means that while you replace x to be 2, your whole answer of that polynomial will be 0. That is what the actual meaning of your 0 or a factor or a root is. So no matter what they are calling that, you should always remember that if that is a 0 or that is a factor, that means your ultimate answer of the polynomial after substituting the value, that will be 0 itself. That is the whole point here. So if I put it 2 here, so it will be what? 2 into 2 square plus 3 into 2 minus p, and it will be equal to 0. Now we just have to find out the value of p. That will be quite easy. So 2 into 2 square, that will be what? You guys see, it will be 2 into 4, that will be 8. 3 into 2, that will be 6, minus p equals to 0. So you guys see, minus p will be minus 14. P will be 14. So your final answer will be what? It will be the option, right? Understood? Quite easy. Now I have to write this one. X plus 1 upon x is a polynomial of degree 1, a polynomial of degree 2, a polynomial of degree 3, or not a polynomial. So you should be answering this one while I just erase this one. It will be quite easy. I hope you guys have guessed that one. So you guys see, if I just write x plus 1 over x here, can I write it like this? X plus x inverse. Now you guys see, power is in negative, so this cannot be a polynomial. So answer will be what? It will be D option. Quite easy, right? Now let's just move forward and start with the tensor. The integral 0 of this polynomials are, we have to find out the zeros. Integral 0 means we just have to put this against 0 and calculate the value of x. So the possible values of x will be what? X plus 3 into x minus 7. Now you guys see, this answer will be 0 if here in this part, if x is what? X is minus 3, right? Minus 3 plus 3, that will be 0. Product of 0 with anything gives you a 0. So your first value of x can be what? A negative 3. Then here, what should I have in place of x so that after subtracting a 7, I can get a 0? So it should be 7. So possible values will be what? Minus 3 comma 7. So your answer is what? It is C option. There is one more way around this one. You just have to do what? Put these linear equations in front against 0 one by one. So if I put x plus 3 against 0, x will be what? It will be negative 3. If I put x minus 7 against 0, x will be what? X will be 7. So two possible values of x are what? They are negative 3 and a 7. So you guys see, C option will be the answer here, right? Now we have to find remainder when this equation is divided by that one. This is quite easy. You can do this on your own. You just have to use what? Yeah, you guessed that right. We have to use remainder theorem. So nothing to worry about here. Just do what? Take your g of x. In our case, it is x minus 2. Put your g of x against 0. That means x minus 2 against 0. X will be what? A 2. Replace it here. 2 into square of 2 minus 2 minus 6. So you guys see, 2 into 2. 2 into square of 2. That means 4. It will be 8. 8 minus 2 minus 6. So you guys see, 8 minus 8. It will be what? 0. So the remainder when p of x is divided by this. See, I think the options are wrong here. These will not be the case. It will be what? It will be 0. They have asked you the remainder. So remainder is what? Remainder is 0. So don't worry about them. They just want you to write what you have put here. So you guys see, we had put x minus 2 against 0. We got the value of x to be 2. So you can see, if this is p of x, then we had put what? P of 2 here. So this can be answer also, but they have asked you the remainder. So the remainder will be what? It will be 0. But your equation will be of this form, p of 2 here, right? Now, if let's focus on our 12th one. if 2 into a square plus b square is equal to a plus b's whole square, then you have been given that, let me just erase this one. If 2 into a square plus b square is equal to a plus b whole square, then we have to find out what should be true here. So I'm going to do what? I'm just going to multiply these two. So I will be having what? 2a square plus 2b square equals to a plus b's whole square. That will be what? A square plus b square plus 2ab. So you guys see 2a square, if I take a square on the same side, 2a square minus a square, and this should be what? Let's put it here, 2ab plus b square and this minus 2b square. Alright, you can just see I've just put a square terms on the same side and b square on the other. So you guys see 2a square minus a square, that will be a square, which is equal to what? 2ab minus, you can see that will be what? That will be a negative b square, right? So now you have to do what? You have to figure out which one will be true in this case. So you guys see, if I just put it here, a square plus b square, that will be equal to what? 2ab. So it will be what? Let's see. If I divide both sides with ab, that will be what? 2 equals to a square plus b square by ab. So you guys see it will be what? A square by ab plus b square by ab, which is equal to what? That is equal to 2. So you guys see this will cancel out and this will cancel out here. So we have what? A by b plus b by a equals to 2. So that will be the case here. A equals to b, 2a equals to b, ab equals to 0, a plus b equals to 0. See what we have done here. Options are totally different. Just give me a second. A square, b square, that will be the case here. In our case, it will be this. I think there is something missing with that options right here. 2a square minus a square, that will be b square minus 2b square, that will be 2a square plus equals to 2ab. So we can do it with other way. Let's just put it here. We have what? We have this one. A square plus b square, that will be equal to 2ab, right? So if I use a plus b's whole square, that will be what? A square plus b square plus 2ab, right? And a square plus b square itself is what? It is 2ab. So a plus b, it will be what? 2ab plus 2ab. So you guys see, a plus b will be what? It will be 4ab and its whole square, right? So a plus b will be what? It will be 2 square root ab. So none of the options are matching. I think there is something missing with the options. You can say either a by b plus b by a is equal to 2, or you can say a plus b, that should be equal to 2 root ab. I will check these options, but I don't think the options are correct in this case. So our answer most probably will be this one, right? So let's move forward and see our 13th question. It is this one. If x cube plus 3x square plus 3x plus 1 is divided by this one, then the remainder is what? You just have to use remainder theorem. That will be quite easy. Just put x plus 1 against 0. X will be what? Negative 1. So this will be what? A negative 1 cube plus 3 into negative 1 square plus 3 into negative 1 plus 1. So you guys see, this will be negative 1. This will be what? A 3 and a negative 3 and a positive 1. So you guys see, everything will cancel out. Your answer will be what? 0, right? Then you have to do what? You have to find the value of these. So you can easily solve them. It will be what? 525 its square minus 475 its square. So you guys see, this closely looks like your identity, which is this one, a square minus b square. So this should be what? A plus b into a minus b. So you can solve this. This will be what? 525 plus 475 into 525 minus 475. You guys see, this will be what? If you add this, that will be 10, that will be 10, that will be 1000, multiplied with what? A 0, that will be a 5. So it will be what? This one, 4 zeros, right? That will be the case. It will be 50,000. So your answer will most probably be, that will be the case, right? So it will be 50,000. Options are not visible. Let's assume some one of these will be 50. So that will be the case, right? So this will be a 50,000. I hope you guys have understood this one and you don't have any doubt on this, right? So let's see, what do we have in the 5th question right here? So in 5th, we have a plus b, which is equal to minus 1. We have to find out the value of this one. Quite easy. You have a plus b equals to minus 1. Just do what? Cube both sides. So this will be what? A cube plus b cube, and we have to find out minus 3ab, right? Let's just put it here, 3ab into a plus b, which is equal to what? A negative 1. Now we have to do what? We have to find the value of minus 3ab. There should be positive here. We just have to find, let's just put it here. Let's just keep this minus. So you guys see, we have to find that value, right? I know a plus b is what? It is minus 1. So if I put it here, I have what? A cube plus b cube plus 3ab into minus 1, which is equal to minus 1 itself. So you guys see, a cube plus b cube minus 3ab, that will be what? That will be minus 1. So your final answer will be what? It will be minus 1 itself, right? That is the whole point here. Now guys see, we have this one. Find the value of this, 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 and this if a plus b plus c is 6. So you guys see, you have been given that a plus b plus c itself is what? It is 6. So you have to find the values. Now you guys see, you have been given the cubes here, right? So let's just firstly add them, and what do we get? Let's see. So if I, in these kind of cases, you guys see, we have a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3a b c. If we assume this one as our a, this one as our b, and this one as our c. So you guys see, in such scenarios, when you have this identity a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3ab c, it is a healthy habit that you should firstly add a, b, and c, right? Before their cubes, just add the original values. If you end up getting 0, then your answer will be 3ab c. Otherwise, you have to solve that one. So if you just put it here, we have what? Minus 2a, and we have what? Minus 2b. We have to add them, right? Remember, we have to add them, plus minus 2c. So if I do what? 2 plus 2 plus 2, that will be 6. And if I take minus common, I will be having what? A plus b plus c. And you guys know a plus b plus c is what? It is 6. So 6 minus 6, it is what? It is 0. And you guys see that sum is what? All these three add up to 0. Then its answer should be what? It should be 3 into a, b, and c. So 3 into 2 minus a into 2 minus b into 2 minus c. Then you have to do what? You have to just multiply them and solve them. Whatever you get, that will be the answer. So this is how you're going to attempt these, right? So let's see what do we have in the next part. We have this one. Whatever you get, you can do the calculation on your own. So in 17th, you have what? A by b plus b by a is equal to 1. I have to find this value. So you guys see, a by b plus b by a is equal to 1. If I take LCM, that will be what? A square plus b square over ab equals to 1. So you guys see, a square plus b square, that is equal to what? That is equal to ab itself, right? You guys know how to take LCM. So if I just do what? If I just write the square of what? Let's just erase this and try to find out the square of a plus b. That will be what? That will be a square plus b square minus 2 plus 2ab. Since we have to find out the cube here, negative value here, just do what? Don't go to positive. Let's just find out the negative value here. See, I know if I have somehow value of a minus b, if I have any value here, let's say if I have any value, if I cube that value, I will be getting this one, a cube minus b cube minus 3ab into a minus b, right? We have to calculate this value. The reason why I'm choosing a negative sign here, because only then I can have a negative b cube. But if I choose a positive a plus b, then I have to do some other thing and I have to get this value again. So rather than going around the circle, I will be doing what? I will be just putting the value negative there and just finding out the cube later on. So for that, I need to have a minus b first, right? I have been given a square and b square. I have to find out a minus b, only then I can cube that value and find out the remaining missing values, right? So that is what we have to do here. So I did what? I wrote a minus b's whole square, that is a square plus b square minus 2ab. So you guys see, the value of a square plus b square was what? It was ab, and this was what? This was minus 2ab, right? So you guys see, this will be what? A minus b its whole square, that will be what? That will be minus ab, right? So a minus b will be what? It will be square root of minus ab, which cannot happen here in this case. See, give me a second. A square plus b square equals to ab, then ab plus 2ab. Let's just assume we are going to take a plus b whole square. So this will be what? 3ab, and that will be square root of 3ab See, just put a dot here. I have to confirm this question also. I think this is something wrong here. See, if the reason why I'm doing this one, see, if you had taken a minus b, firstly we had taken LCM here, right? So that will be a square plus b square equals to ab, right? We have this one. So you guys see, while we had solved this one, we had put this square here. It will be a square plus b square minus 2ab. And you guys see, a square plus b square itself is what? It is ab. So if I put it here, ab minus 2ab, which is equal to what? A minus b's whole square, right? So a minus b here will be what? It will be minus ab, and square root of that cannot happen because that will be what? That will be an imaginary number. So there will be something different here. Let me just confirm this question, and then I'll have this one in our next session. I will be discussing while we start our next chapter. Before that, I will be discussing these questions, these three questions. So if x is this one, I have to find this value. You can easily solve that one. This is what? This is related to your rationalization. You have x, which is what? 1 by 2 minus square root 3. Rationalize this one. Multiply with 2 plus square root 3. Divide with 2 plus square root 3. So this will be what? 2 plus square root 3. A minus b, a plus b, a square minus b square. So 4 minus 3, that will be what? That will be a 1. So your x will be what? X will be 2 plus square root 3. Then you have to find the values which are what? Value of x square, 4x and 1. So value of x square will be what? Just square both sides. So this will be what? A 4, a 3, and that will be what? 2ab, 2 into 2, 4 root 3, right? So this should be what? 7 plus 4 root 3. Then you have to find out 4x. 4x will be what? 4 into 2 root 3, 2 plus root 3. So that will be what? 8 plus 4 root 3. Then you have a 1 here. So do what? Just put the values now. So you have what? If I erase my top portion, so we have this one. 7 plus 4 root 3 minus 8 minus 4 root 3, since 4 is negative here, and a positive 1. So you guys see, 7 plus 1, 8, 8 minus 8 cancels out. Positive 4 root 3, negative 4 root 3, everything cancels out. Your answer is what? Is 0, right? That is the point here. Now find the number of zeros of the polynomial. Now you guys see, if you have to find out the number of zeros, so always remember, maximum degree, whatever that maximum degree is, zeros will be at most that or less than that. So I can see the maximum power or maximum degree here is 3. So at most number of zeros there can be of this polynomial, it should be a 3 or even less than that. So that is the whole point here. So maximum number of zeros will be 3. Now you guys see, we have this one. If x plus 2 and x minus 2 are factors of this one, I have to find the value of a and b. This kind of question we have later on in this exercise, so I will be discussing it there. So I'm going to start with our lengthy questions. So I will be discussing it there. We have one more question based on this concept. So rather wasting time here, I'm going to go there and we are going to do that. So see, firstly we have to factorize this. Now you can see I have 9x square plus 6x plus 1 and minus 25y square. Now you guys see, if I just put a bracket over here and a bracket over here, now you guys see, can this be like this? 3x whole square 2 into 3x into 1 plus 1 whole square. So this will be what? A square plus 2ab plus b square. And can this be written like this? 5y its whole square. So you guys see, this is a plus b's whole square, that means 3x plus 1 its whole square, and this is 5y whole square. So you guys see, we used identity a plus b its whole square, which is a square plus b square plus 2ab. Then we had what? Then we had this one, a square minus b square, which will be what? A plus b into a minus b. So a plus b will be what? 3x plus 1 plus 5y, and a minus b will be what? 3x plus 1 minus 5y. So these two were the factorized form of your polynomial. See, I could see that this was the identity of a plus b's whole square. So you need to remember your identities. You can see 9x square can be written like this, 3x's whole square. 1 can be written like this, 1's whole square. And this was plainly 2ab, since factors of 6 are what? 2 into 3. And I knew my a was what? It was 3x. So I could write only 1 here. So it does not matter whether we multiply 6x with 1 or not. But that completed our identity. So I could see that this was a plus b's whole square, and later on I could use a square minus b square in the same equation also. So you guys see, that will be the answer here. I hope you guys understand this and you don't have any doubt in this, right? Now let's move forward and start with the second sum. You guys see we have to factorize this equation. So if you look at this one, you have what? Can you see a square plus b square plus 2ab? If I put a bracket over here, this is exactly a plus b's whole square. And you have what? You have this one, 2bc plus 2ca. Now if you do what, you can see a c common as well. So a plus b's whole square, and if I take 2c common, do you mind? If I have 2c here, I have 2c here, so I can take 2c common as well. So I will be left with an a and a b. So you guys see, now if I put a bracket over here and bracket over here, you guys see I have a plus b's whole square here and I have one a plus b here. So out of both of these values, I can take the lowest one common. That means I can take a plus b common. I will be left with what? A square. Out of square I've taken one power, so I will be left with an a plus b. And from this part I have taken a plus b common. I will be left with what? A 2c and a positive sign in the middle. So my factorized form will be what? A plus b into a plus b plus 2c, right? See, I could see that this was exactly a plus b's whole square. I could see out of these two I could take 2c common. Once I had taken 2c common, now both of the terms were sharing what? They were sharing a plus b. See, I can write a plus b's whole square like this also, a plus b into plus b. Now it is quite clear. See, a plus b and a plus b and 2c into a plus b. Both of the terms were sharing a plus b as common, so I had taken a plus b out. I got one a plus b left behind and I got one 2c left behind, and there was a positive sign in the middle. So these two were the factorized factors of your polynomial right here. I hope you guys have understood and you don't have any doubt on this, because this is quite easy, right? Now let's see, what do we have for the next part? We have this one. See, show that this polynomial has only one real root. We have to show that its root will one real 0, not root, one real 0. So you guys see there will be only one value of x which will be 0. That means either it will be a rational, either it will be a whole number, or either it will be a natural number, or anything like that. It will be only real. Only one value will be real, other will be imaginary if you try to find that one out. So for this you have to do what? You have to factorize this one, right? So there are various ways you can use factor theorem, but if you are quite smart here, you guys should be factorizing this right in front of your eyes. So I want you guys to pick that method. So if you just look at these two, and if you look at these two, if you write them closely, x cube plus 2x minus 3x square minus 6. Now if you look at these, out of these two, can you see an x common? Surely I can. So if I take x common, I have what? I have this x square plus 2, right? Now out of these two, I can again see a negative 3 common. So I will be left with an x square plus 2, right? So I have what? I have x minus 3. I have x square plus 2, right? So this is the factorized form of your polynomial, your cubic polynomial. Now you have to find out zeros. So this equation or this answer will be 0 if this value is 0 or this value is 0. So for that you have to do what? Just put this against 0. That means x minus 3 against 0. X will be what? A 3. Or do what? Put this against 0. That means x square plus 2 equals to 0. So this will be what? X square, that will be equal to what? A negative 2. X will be what? A square root of negative 2. So you guys see this is an imaginary number because this situation cannot arise, and we had only to prove that there will be only one real root, and that is what? That is a positive 3. So this is the proof that we had to do, right? Quite easy. See, they had asked you to show that. They are not going to ask you why you use this method, because this method is totally acceptable. You are using middle term splitting here. Actually, you are not using typically that, but you are doing what? You are just splitting the terms right here, right? See, you wrote this one close to your this one and this one close to the other. This is what you do in your middle term splitting also, but there you have the common powers. But in this case, you can somewhat use that method. We are using just terms here. I'm not going to use factor theorem here because that would have been lengthy. So I hope you guys understand that, but you can totally do this with your factor theorem also. For this, you have to observe the factors right here. Then you have to put the factors in this one at those values where you get your final answers. Now in our case, factors will be 2 and 3. Firstly, put your 2. If you end up getting what? A 0, then you can say that is a factor. If you don't, just put the value 3 here. So there are possible these factors which will be positive or negative 2 or positive or negative 3. Apart from these, you cannot have any other value, and between these two as well, that means these 4 as well, you will only be having one real root. That will be the case, right? Now let's move forward. So we have this one. Find the value of a if x plus 6 is a factor of this one. So you guys see this is quite similar to the one that we had earlier. We had to find the value of a plus b. I will be having that sum also. But for this one, it has been given to you that this is a factor of this polynomial. So can I call this one as my g of x? Can I call this one as my p of x? Quite easy. You guys should be able to solve this one, right? So this will be what? I will be putting g of x against 0. That will be what? Plus 6 equals to 0. X will be what? 6, right? Now I know at x equals to minus 6, p of minus 6 is what? It is 0. Or you can say your p of x is 0. So if I put it here, I will be having what? P of minus 6, that will be what? Cube of minus 6 plus 3 into minus 6 square plus 4 into minus 6 plus a, 0, right? The cube of minus 6 will be what? You guys should be remembering the cubes of 6. That will be what? A negative 216. Now square of 6 multiplied by a 3, that means 36 into 3. That will be what? 108, right? 4 into negative 6, that will be negative 24. And there will be a here, which is a here, which will be equal to 0. So you guys see negative 216, negative 24, that will be what? A negative 240 plus 108 plus a equals to 0. So a will be what? A will be, if you subtract these, it will be what? 240, 108, that will be 2, that will be what? A 3, and that will be 1. So it will be what? A 132. The value of a will be what? It will be 102, because that will be negative here. On the other side, that will be positive. So that will be the answer. I hope you guys have understood the case and you don't have any doubt in this, right? Now let's see what do we have for the next part. It is this one. See, if a polynomial which is this one and a polynomial which is this one leaves the same remainder when each is divided by x minus 4. That means when you divide this polynomial with x minus 4 or this polynomial with x minus 4, your remainder is same. So we have to find the value of a. So that means if I put x minus 4 against 0, that will be what? X will be 4. And if my p of x is aq plus 3x square, sorry, ax cube plus 3x square minus 3, and let's say my another function f of x is what? It is 2x cube minus 5x plus a. At x equals to 4, the remainders are same. So that means p of 4 is same as f of 4, right? That is what exactly is written here, that they leave the same remainder. So whatever we get after putting the value 4 here, that means using the remainder theorem on our p of x, that means our first polynomial, it will give me the same value as our second one. So p of 4 is equal to f of 4. So if I put it here, I have what? A into cube of 4 plus 3 into square of 4 minus 3 equals to 2 into cube of 4, 2 into cube of 4 minus 5 into 4 plus a. Now you have to solve this one using a linear equation. So that will be what? A into 64 plus 3 into 16, that will be what? 48 minus 3 equals to what? 64 into 2, that will be what? 128 minus 20 plus x. Now you can easily calculate the value of x. Whatever that value is, that is your answer. You can solve your linear equations, right? Now you have to solve your linear equation. There is a here, right? So let's see what do we have in the next question. It is this one. See, we have this one. If polynomial this, when divided by x minus 1 and x plus 1, leaves the remainder 5 and 19, then find the value of a and b. Hence find the remainder when f of x is divided by x minus 2. Now guys, see, this question is quite lengthy. They have asked you what? They have told you that f of x is what? F of x is this. While you divide this with x minus 1, your remainder is 5. That means if I put x minus 1 against 0, x will be what? 1. So f of 1, it is what? It is 5 respectively, right? F of 1 is 5, and if I put x plus 1 against 0, x is what? A negative 1. and they have told you that f of -1, that is what? That is 19. Now you guys see, while you solve these and put it against 5 and 19 respectively, you will be getting some equation in the form of a and b, and you have to solve those equations. Then you are going to replace those values here. Then you are going to find out the remainder. So this is kind of question that actually can be asked in your exam, because this constitutes of 5 to 6 marks. That is quite important question here. So you guys see, firstly I'm going to do what? I'm going to put f of 1 in our equation. That will be what? 1 is to power 4, that will be 4. 2 into 1 is to power 3, that means it will be 2. 3 into 1 square, that will be 3. And I have what? An a, which is negative, and a positive b, which is equal to 5. Right? And simultaneously here, quad power of 1, that will be what? 1 itself. Cube of -1, that will be -1. -1 into 2, that will be positive 2. Then square of -1 will be 1. That into 3, that will be 3. Then negative a into -1, that will be positive a. And ultimately b, which will be equal to 19. So you guys see, if I solve this one, I have what? This will be a 4. 4 minus 2, that will be a 2. 2 minus a plus b equals to what? Equals to 5. So you guys see, b minus a, if I rephrase this one, is equal to what? It is equal to 3. And if I solve this one, that will be what? 6. So a plus b, that is equal to what? A 13. So you guys see, b minus a is 3 and a plus b is 13. Mark this one your first, mark this one your second. Just do what? Add both of these equations. A plus b equals to 13 minus a plus b, that is 3. Just add them. This will cancel out. B plus b, 2b equals to 16. B is what? B is 8. Understood? I'm just adding both of the equations, so there will be no alternate signs there. You just have to add the values. Positive a minus a, cancel out. Positive b, 2b, that will be 16. So b will be what? 8. If I replace it here, a will be what? 13 minus 8, that will be 5. I have the values. B is 8, a is 5. Then we have to do what? We have to find the answer now. So I'm going to erase this one, and we are going to attempt the final value. So you guys see, I have got the values of a and b, which are what? 8 and 5. Now I have to do what? I have to find the remainder when the same f of x is divided with x minus 2. So firstly, our f of x should be what now? x4 minus 2x cube plus 3x square minus ax. A is what? A is 5. So minus 5x plus 8. That is what? That is my f of x. Now I have to do what? I have to write this value. So putting it against 0, my x will be what? X will be 2. Place it here. So f of 2, that will be what? Quad power of 2, that will be 16. 2 is to power 4, right? Then 2 into 2 cube, that means 2 into 8 into 2, that will be 16 as well. Plus 3 into 4, that will be 12. Minus 5 into 2, that will be what? 10 plus 8. So you guys see, 16 minus 16 cancels out. 12 plus 8, 20. 20 minus 10, that will be 10. So your answer will be what? It will be 10. So after you have solved each and everything, so your answer should be what? It should be 10. So after solving each and everything, your answer will be 10, right? So let's see, what do we have? So we have this one. If both x minus 2 and x minus 1 by 2 are the factors of this one, so that p is equal to r. Now you have been given that x minus 2 is a factor of that one. That means if I put it against 0, so x equals to 2. At x equals to 2, this entire term is what? It is 0. Similarly, if I put x minus 1 by 2 against 0, so at x equals to 1 by 2, again this entire equation is 0. So if I do what? If I just put the values here, if I put firstly p of x, which is what? Px square plus 5x plus r. So if I put x equals to 2, I have what? P into 2 square, that will be 4p, plus 5 into 2, that will be 10, plus r equals to what? Equals to 0, right? And if I put p 1 by 2 here, I have what? P into 1 by 4, that means p by 4, plus 5 into 1 by 2, that will be 5 by 2, plus r equals to 0. So you guys see, we have to solve this one. So I am going to erase this. Both of the values are giving you the same remainder, that means they are 0, right? So the values right here, p of 2 will be equal to p of 1 by 2. So if I put them equal, I have what? 4p plus 10 plus r equals to what? p by 4 plus 5 by 2 r. Now you have to do what? You have to solve them. So I'm going to do what? I'm going to put p on the same side and r on the other. So 4p minus p by 4 equals to what? 5 by 2 minus 10, and that will be what? A positive, that will be r in this case, right? So r and r will cancel out. So I will be having what? Let's see. This will be, wait a second, p of 2, that will be 4p, that will be 10, and that will be an r which is equal to 0. Let's just solve this one. 4p plus 10 equals to negative r. So 4p will be what? A negative r and negative 10. So if I replace it here, that will be what? I will be getting the values of r, right? So if I put it here, let's just see. Let me just do it again. X minus 2 equals to 0, x equals to 2, and putting it here, p into square of 2 plus 5 into 2 plus r equals to what? 0, right? Because they are the factors. So 4p plus 10 plus r equals to 0. And if I put x equals to 1 by 2, I will be having what? P by 4 plus 5 by 2 plus r equals to 0. So if I put them against 0, so this will be cancelled out because they are equal actually. So I will be having what? 4p minus p by 4 equals to 5 by 2 and a 10 minus 10. So if I take LCM, that will be what? 16p minus p by 4 equals to 20 minus 5, that will be minus 15 by 2. This will cancel out. So 15p, that will be equal to what? A minus 30. P will be what? A negative 2, right? If I put p to be negative 2 here, I will be having what? See what I did here. I will be finding out the value of p first, then I will be finding out the value of r. If both of the values are same, then I can say both of the values are sharing the same value. So you guys see, this will be quite easy. So you have to do what? We have found the value of p, replace it here, use any of these values, then find the value of r, since you already have the value of p. Once you have found the value of r, if both the values are same, then you can say the answers are equal. See, you can do what? Firstly put this one, get that value of p. We have got the value here. We just used both values. Then we are going to do what? Replace the value of p here. Then we are going to put any of the zeros. Then we are going to get the value of r. Both of the values will be same, and you can easily get that answer. So that is how you are going to attempt the remaining portion here. You can do that easily, right? So let's see. We, without actual division, prove this is divisible by that one. Quite easy. You have to do what? Just factorize this, get that zeros. See, we have what? X square minus 3x plus 2. So you guys see, factors will be what? X square minus 2x minus x plus 2. So you guys see, if I take x common, that will be what? X minus 2. If I take a minus 1 common, that will be x minus 2. So I have the factors which are what? X minus 2 and x minus 1. So these two are the factors of this one. I have to check this is exactly divisible by this one without actual division. So I'm going to do what? Putting our first factor here, x minus 2, put it against 0. I will be having x equals to 2. I will be putting it here. If I get an answer 0, that means it is divisible by that one. Then I'm going to use this one. I will be putting it against 0. That means x minus x equals to 1. If at both of these values I get the remainder which is 0, I can say that this polynomial is exactly divisible by that one. So this is how you're going to do this. I hope this is quite easy for you guys and you don't have any trouble here. So this is how you're going to attempt these. Now let's see, what do we have in the 12th part? It is this one. You have to simplify this. The AQ minus BQ. You guys remember, it will be what? A minus B into A square plus B square minus AB. So this will be what? A minus B, that means 2x minus 5y minus 2x plus 5y into A square, that means 2x minus 5y whole square plus 2x minus 5y, sorry, 2x plus 5y whole square minus AB, 2x plus 5y into 2x minus 5y. So you guys see, this will be what? A minus B, A plus B, A square minus B square. So that should be what? Minus 4x square, and that will be what? That will be minus 25y square, right? A square 2x whole square b square 5y whole square. So that should be what? 4x square minus 25y square. And there should be a negative sign here. And this will be what? 2x minus 2x cancels out, minus 5y, and this will be minus 5y as well. So that should be what? Minus 10y. If you solve these, you will be having what? A minus b's whole square, a square, 4x square plus b square, 25y square, minus 2ab, that means 2 into 2, 4 into 5, 20xy. Similarly, while you solve this one, your 2xy will be positive, so you will be having what? 4x square plus 25y square, and you will be having a positive 20xy. So you guys see, these will cancel out, and ultimately you will be getting your answer 10y. This will be what? 4x square plus 4x square, 8x square, 25y square, 25y square, 50y square, and this will be what? Minus 4x square and minus plus 25y square. So you guys see, 8x square minus 4x square, 4x square, 50y square plus 25y square, 75y square into minus 10y. So this is the simplified form. Now this is multiplication. You can easily do this one. So you can easily attempt that question on your own. Now let's see what do we have next. So we have this one. See, I think our class is almost about to end. So I'm going to put it here. See, if I will be uploading the remaining questions as a video here. You can watch this later on. I will be uploading those. So you can watch them. But till then, practice as much sums we have done already. So you can practice as many sums we have done now. I will be uploading the remaining sums as a video. You can watch it later on, or you can watch it anytime you want. I will be having that video uploaded. I don't want you guys to be bored anymore. So I think these are quite sufficient for you now. You can watch the remaining video while we have uploaded that. So till then, practice as much as you can. I will be bringing the next chapter, which will be a chapter 3. That will be on Monday. So I will be seeing you then. Till then, practice and bye for now.